Chances are you've likely heard of Parker Asahi synthetic rubber cutting boards. But what about Parker Asahi rubber Japanese wall handles? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Franco Allo and this channel is all about knife knowledge, reviews, unboxings, and head-to-heads. And today is all about Parker Asahi synthetic rubber wall handles. Now you likely haven't heard of these yet, and that's fine because that's exactly why I'm here to talk to you about them today. So Parker Asahi makes some of the best synthetic rubber cutting boards out there. Of course, there's always going to be competition with Hasegawa. Now the boys at Bonsai Boys Trading were kind enough to send me 2 sample handles to see what I thought about them. Initially, it came in one size, but 2 laser engravings. The way these handles are essentially constructed, now again, as I said, initially they came in one length. I found them a little bit too long for anything that's going to be below 210, 220 millimeters, but I knew that I was going to have one knife that I wanted to test the fit on to see what I thought about it. And so that knife was the Tetsujin Labo 240 millimeter Kiritsuke Gyuto. Of course, this has a beautiful core of Aogami 2 or blue steel number 2 with a gorgeous Kasumi finish. All carbon, so this knife patinas quite wonderfully. Now initially when I got the handles, you'll see that there were 2, of course, entry points for the tank. I found them to be quite narrow, and so I went to the classic Home Depot, got myself a larger drill bit, got myself a file kit, and went to town specifically on this handle because I thought this handle would look absolutely gorgeous on this knife. And spoiler alert, you can all see it, I think this pairs it really, really well. Now again, speaking of some of the recommendations I made back in September with the 2 designs, is I thought, given that I saw how the laser works, that it would give us the best results if it just worked on 2 flat surfaces. And so I thought it'd be best to have the 2 facets that are kind of left and right on the handle. And if I say so myself, I think it looks quite attractive as opposed to having it go around the whole handle. And spoiler alert number 2, even though I'm just testing the handles for Bonsai Boys Trading, I can tell you that given the feedback that I've given them, that they are immediately already having 2 handle sizes available. So they'll have a handle size that's roughly like this one, so for knives that are more suitable in the length of 220 millimeters and above, and then they'll have something for smaller knives, smaller gyuto, smaller petties. As well, when I initially got these handles, I made some comments on the fit and finish, which I thought was a little bit rough. They've changed the company that is making these handles, and so there's an even better fit and finish, which you can expect. If you are interested in these handles, I'd invite you to contact Bonsai Boys Trading either on Instagram or through their website. So what did I think of these handles initially? Initially, I thought they were very light, very pretty. I liked both patterns that were chosen. I thought they were very attractive. I thought the choice of design on the 2 facets made it actually super, super elegant. Where I found it a little bit tougher of a sale was I would not want the end user to have to enlarge their own tang hole, because I can tell you that I spent so much time on this knife getting it to be the right length, width, just about everything was wrong with it in terms of entry size. Again, that criticism has been heard, that feedback has been heard, and now you should have much larger tang holes. And if I'm not mistaken, they might have even told me that they can appeal to custom orders. So if you were to say, hey, John from Bonsai Boys Trading, I want 2 of these handles, here's the tang length, depth, and width that I'm looking for, they can probably just customize it for you so that when you receive it, it's as easy as slipping it in. Because as opposed to what your life and experience might be after my own feedback, for me, I had to drill in it nice and slow, hoping that I don't go through the handle. And unfortunately, on about day 4 of spending 10 to 15 minutes a day trying to be really gentle, you know, you lose patience for roughly 1 second, and that's all it takes. I went directly through the handle. Now, I will say that initially I was skeptical, and I thought, I don't know how this is gonna feel. This is feeling pretty light. Is it really going to properly balance the knife? But given that this handle that I received, both handles, were so long, I thought, again, this will fit best on my new Tetsujin Labo Kiritsuke Gyuto 240 millimeters. This is a handle length that works much better with a knife of this length than anything shorter. I almost wouldn't go shorter than 240. Then of course there was the whole hassle of making the tang larger. I made sure to use just wax because Josh at Let's Handle This is making me a striking handle for this very knife. And then came the moment of truth, the in-test performance. And I can tell you, I was very, very surprised, positively surprised. The handle actually feels super comfortable in hand. When I say it's light, it is, but because it's long, it somehow offset the balance of this specific knife, and it almost feels effortless. It feels like a feather in hand. It almost feels like it's not there. It's a really nice extension to my hand. And so surprisingly though, I thought, okay, cool, we did a really good job. We chose two super attractive patterns. I think people will like this, but I think it's a bit long, tang's a bit small, tang hole. Now that tang slot will be enlarged / customizable. There will be two different size handles to choose from. One more suitable for smaller knives, unlike this one. But in hand, again, performance-wise, I used this Tetsujin Kiritsuke Gyuto for the first time, as you can see here, and I just had a blast with it. Not only could I not tell that I was holding, say, a handle that I thought might have been too long, but again, it was comfortable on the hands, even when the hands were slightly wet. Let's not forget, this is the same premium synthetic rubber that the Parker Asahi boards are made of. And so you can expect all of the same qualities, right? One of those being antimicrobial, easy to wash. If you had to use the rough side of a sponge to clean this, you can. And I've already tested it to make sure that the laser engraving doesn't go away. I didn't aggressively scrub the handle, but enough just to see, and everything stayed on. So I think this is a great option for restaurateurs, professional chefs, but also home chefs who just, in this case, really like the look. And so I completely endorse these two products for those of you who want to try something a little bit different. Now, I took a picture of this on the Parker Asahi board and I still thought it looked attractive. I thought it might kind of just blend into it, but no, again, because of the laser engraving, I think this was probably the smartest move. Smartest move, I guess, number one would be is making the handle look a little bit different than the boards with these laser engravings, and who knows where this is gonna go. If this ends up being a super popular product, maybe Bonsai Boys will start, and here's an idea for you Bonsai Boys, maybe they'll start putting votes up on Instagram and saying, here's what we're thinking of doing for the next batch of 50, here's two patterns, choose which you'd like to see on the same two facets, for example. And then you guys can go ahead and vote, and like me, end up with the design that you wanted on the handle. So of course I'm ecstatic. So Bonsai Boys, thank you so much again for giving me the opportunity to review these handles. Again, initially long, initially the tang slot a little small, but that's the point of this video, and that was the point of my feedback, was to let them know how they can make changes to best suit you, the end user, in mind. So thank you very much guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, remember to please give this a thumbs up, like and subscribe, it goes a long way. And otherwise, I'll see you next time.